What's up, everyone? Abstract Tiger Productions here. I'm Chris.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with another episode of RWBY in Volume 2. Mm-hmm. Last time on RWBY, we
had
what?
Ozpin had a meeting with Ironwood and Glinda. They were trying to figure out what to do.
That's right.
They were trying to figure out what to do strategically after
Ghostbusters.
Cinder, yeah. Don't even get me started on that. I went back and rewatched that episode. After Cinder broke into the communication center.
Yes.
During the dance.
The dance party, yes. And
the super duper dance party.
RWBY and Co. was hatching a plan to sneak off and during some, practical mission work to the southwest, I think is what it was, or something like that.
Yes.
Southwestern portion. The
southeast corner outside the Kingdom of Vale.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, southeast. Ozpin made it a little more legal than actually just them sneaking off by themselves.
Yeah, he made an official assignment. For them to be assigned in Quadrant 5.
Right.
As a part of their shadowing.
Yeah, shadowing an actual hunter.
Yes.
Full-fledged, fully licensed, got lots of experience, and they are...
And the mustache to show it.
That's Port.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I got Port and Oobleck mixed up.
Oobleck is
never mind.
The super caffeinated one. Oh, yes! And we also have the doggo.
Yes, we have the doggo. That was what I was going to say next. Zwei.
The corgi.
Yes, made an appearance.
The first of many.
Blake is not thrilled.
No.
Doggo. But Doggo is getting snuck off into Quadrant 5 as well because Doggo is hiding in backpack.
Put there by RWBY, I would imagine. Herself.
Yes. Yes, I do recall she was like, no, you have to stay, and then there was Puppy Dog Eyes, and Dog ends up in backpack. They go to the meeting, and they're like, hey, we're going to separate everyone. You're going this way. And they're like, we don't want to go that way. And then Ozpin's like, okay, fine, you can go this way instead. But
that was kind of out of order, but anyways.
Yeah.
Professor Oobleck is the one they are shadowing.
Yeah.
Or going to be shadowing. The super caffeinated one.
Yes.
And that's where we kind of cut off. Because they were very shocked at who they actually were.
And the Bunny Faunus girl is back.
Oh, yes, Velvet.
Well.
Yeah, her team finally made it back from their mission that was a little
Took an
longer than they had anticipated.
Yep.
They missed the dance.
They did. That was one of the things I noticed.
Well, I mean, obviously they weren't there because they were on mission, but they missed the dance. That was sad.
Well, they if I recall right, during episode 7, the dance break, it showed all the Faunus standing in a group together, and I noticed that she wasn't there.
Well, yeah,
and so that's why them making a deal about her being back surprised me. Well,
I mean,
that's why, because Weiss, since they were still gone, Weiss and Yang.
Yeah, that's why they were in
That's why
charge.
Yeah, exactly. I remembered. It took me a second, but I got there. Pen down. I remember.
All right. This week, I think it's going to be... Well, I know it's going to be. I don't think I know. It's going to be a continuation on into this shadowing mission that our 4 intrepid heroes are on. So, all right, ready to get going into this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Play.
Probably.
Don't know why, but it should. See, now it's... Four more episodes of this particular intro. Oh. Each volume they have a different intro.
I know that there was Zero Stream 1 and 2, but I
Yeah.
didn't know that they changed every
Yes.
volume. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means there's been 13 songs. Or not 13, wow. 8 songs.
Yes.
Why did I say 13?
I don't know. Because of Doctor Who, we're in 13th season, probably.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. I don't have Doctor Who on the brain currently.
Okay.
Professor Oobleck?
Yes, I'm afraid those bags won't be necessary, girls. Seeing as you've opted to shadow a huntsman on what is now essentially a reconnaissance mission, I can assure you we will not be establishing a single base of operations. Rather, we will be traversing several miles of hazardous wasteland and making camp in any defendable locations we may stumble upon. I packed all of our essentials myself, brought the air course, and readied the airstrip. And it's Dr. Oobleck. I didn't earn the PhD for fun. Thank you very much.
Dr. Oobleck.
Mm-hmm.
Come now, children. According to my schedule, we are already 3 minutes behind schedule.
Well, alright then. Looks like we're going to save the world with Dr. Oobleck. Okay, yeah, when you say it out loud, it sounds worse.
The world? You're going on world-saving missions without us?
Aw.
My heart's sad.
Maybe a little hungry?
That last one's not your fault, though. Ren.
Sounds exciting. Where are you going?
Oh, just outside the kingdom.
Hey, so are we.
Ren and Nora wanted to shadow the sheriff of a nearby village.
We set out tomorrow.
Then you can party with us tonight. We're shadowing a crime specialist. All inner-city detective stuff. We get junior badges.
We normally go to the city with you guys, which means stuff's always exploding in junk. So we thought this might be a better way to check out the kingdom when it's, normal.
Well,
4 minutes, ladies.
wish us luck.
I guess I just never saw you as much of a fighter.
I admit I fancy myself more of an intellectual, but I can assure you, as a huntsman, I've had my fair share of tussles.
Like the mushroom?
Those are truffles.
Like the sprout?
Those are Brussels.
Besides, given my expertise
Those are
in the field
Brussels.
of history as well as my dabblings in the archaeological surveys, our dear headmaster saw it fit to assign me to this particular assignment.
What does history have to do with this?
Why, what a preposterous question, you silly girl. Why, history is the backbone of our very society. And the liver. Probably the
Yeah.
kidneys, if I were to wager.
And that means...
The southeast quadrant outside of Vale is home to wild forests and deep caves. But it is also the location to one of the kingdom's greatest failures.
Mountain Glen.
That's right. It was an expansion of Vale. But in the end, it was overrun by Grimm and fenced off from the rest of the city.
Correct. And now it stands abandoned. As a dark reminder.
And a likely place for a hideout.
Precisely.
Posers.
They're such posers.
Ladies, you still may be students, but as of this moment, your first mission as huntress has begun. From this point forward, you need to do exactly as I say. Do you understand? Ruby, I thought I told you to leave all your bags back at school.
Uh-oh.
But, you hadn't told us to listen to you yet. So I didn't.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
We can pick it up upon our return.
But well...
Young lady, what in the world could you possibly have in that bag that could be so important to bring it with?
Doggo.
Spy!
We're here to investigate an abandoned urban jungle teeming with death and hostility, and you brought a dog. Genius!
Genius.
Canines are historically known for the perceptive nose and heightened sense of sound, making them excellent companions for hunts such as ours.
I'm a genius.
So, what are your orders, Doctor?
Ah, yes, straight to the chase. I like it. As you've been informed, this area has been marked as a recent hotspot for Grimm activity. Now, there are several possible explanations for this behavior, one of which being Grimm.
What?
Grimm, a creature of Grimm, approximately 100 yards from us at this very moment.
What?
Oh.
Stop.
Huh?
There are a number of reasons why Grimm would congregate in this particular area. the most likely of which would be their attraction to negativity, sadness, envy, loneliness, hatred. All qualities that are likely held by our hidden group harboring ill intent.
So, what now?
We wait. We track. If this specimen leads us to its pack, that pack may subsequently lead us to our prey.
How long do we wait?
It's uncertain. Hours, days, weeks. Why, Lone Grin have been known to stay isolated from the pack for months, and there's the whole pack.
And there's a whole cow.
And now they've seen us.
What?
And now they've seen us!
I take it tracking is out of the question?
An accurate assumption? Yes.
What's the plan then?
Combat.
Show me what you're capable of.
Cover your ears wide.
Aw.
Aw, poor puppies.
They're getting into the Kurosawa style now.
Mm-hmm.
Ha. Good.
Piece of cake.
Do not celebrate yet, for I am certain this is the first bout of many. Shall we continue? Excellent work, girls! Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be any signs of criminal operations in this sector. Oh well, moving on.
Hey Doc, you know, I was actually looking forward to seeing a pro huntsman in action. Like, fighting, or at least helping us fight.
Ah, but I am in action, scouring the ruins of this one great city for any signs of irregularity. Not every mission is filled with daring and heroism, girls. Sometimes it's just a heightened form of extermination. Remember, this is a job, and you all signed up for it. I do hope you understand that.
Well, yeah. Of course.
Tell me, Yang, why did you choose this line of work?
Huh? Well, to fight monsters and save...
Oh, that is what you do. I want to know why you do it. The honest reason as to why you want to be a huntress.
The honest reason? I'm a thrill seeker. I want to travel around the world and get wrapped up in as many crazy adventures as I can. And if I help people along the way, then that's even better. It's a win-win, you know?
I see. And you, Miss Sneak, a girl born into fame and fortune such as yourself certainly doesn't need the extra work. So, why choose this over a cushy job in Atlas?
It's exactly as you said. I'm a Schnee. I have a legacy of honor to uphold. Once I realized I was capable of fighting, there was no longer a question of what I would do with my life. It was my duty.
Interesting. And what about you, Blake? You seem to carry yourself with a sense of purpose.
There's too much wrong in this world to just stand by and do nothing. Inequality, corruption, someone has to stop it.
Very well. How?
Where did you get the turkey?
Are we ready to keep going?
No, I believe that will have to do for today. It's going to be dark soon. You three, set up camp in that building. Oh, and please do make sure that there are no more of those creatures. Your leader and I are going to secure the perimeter. Come, Ruby. dear girl, is a grim.
Let's kill it.
I'm afraid your sniper rifle will do nothing more than agitate a grim of that size.
But what if it attacks us?
Fret not, Ruby. Those Goliaths are not concerned with us. Ruby, not every grim is mindless. Or rather, not every grim is still mindless. You see, the grim you see before you are so powerful, so superior to the grim you fought, that they've undoubtedly lived hundreds of years. And in that time between killing humans and attacking our borders, they've done one important thing. They've learned. They've learned that when they attack our borders, they're likely to die. And what we lack in strength, we make up for in will. And that killing one human will only bring more.
Then, why are they still so close to the city? What are they doing?
Waiting.
Dr. Oobleck?
Hmm?
I was wondering.
Wondering why I've been interrogating your teammates all day?
Actually, I was wondering, why did you want to become a huntsman?
Look around and tell me what you see.
Lots of old buildings, empty streets.
I see lives that could have been saved. As a huntsman, it is my job to protect the people. And although I am capable of doing it with traditional weaponry, I believe I can make a much larger impact if I do it with my mind. As a teacher, I'm able to take knowledge, the most powerful weapon of them all, and place it into the hands of every student that passes through my classroom. I look at this wasteland and I see lives that could have been saved. But I also see an opportunity. An opportunity to study these ruins and learn from this tragedy.
That's the whole
And
archaeologist
therefore
part of
become
him
Yeah.
coming out.
I am a huntsman, Ruby, because there is nothing else in this world I would rather be.
I can't believe we didn't find anything.
We've always been fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time.
I mean,
I
wrong
guess
time.
we can't always have luck on our side.
That's not what I meant.
Huh?
Earlier. About upholding the legacy. There's more to it than that.
Yeah. No, me too. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. I know what I want to do, but I figured I'd always take things one step at a time.
Well, it doesn't matter. We know why we're here. Right?
Ah, wonderful! A textbook campfire!
Fire! So warm.
Very good. Eat your dinners and hurry to bed. We have a lot of ground to cover tomorrow, and we'll need you to take turns keeping watch over our temporary abode. Any volunteers for first watch?
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, did Oobleck ask you why you wanted to be a huntress? I mean, what did you tell him?
No, he didn't. Weird. Oh well. Good night, guys. Don't worry. Things will be better tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Goodness gracious. That is the end of the episode. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
All right. Not much on the action. There was a little bit of action-y things, you know, with them taking the Beowulf grooms, but it was more of an introspective, sort of, or a probing of why they're really doing what they're doing, why they are. 4 protagonists are really three out of the 4 rather want to be huntresses, and really causing them to stop and think is the reason that I gave the real reason, or is there something else? So, very thought-provoking, I should say.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking notes. Yeah. I have been known to do that since I was what's the word I'm looking for? Not accosted. Redirected. Redirected by our wonderful viewers that I take too many notes during the show.
Thoughts?
Your
thoughts?
I agree with you. It was very introspective. It was exploring the why more than the... Up until now, it's been how.
Yeah.
How do you become a huntress? How do you become a huntsman? How do you fight the Grimm?
Right.
How can you defend Vale? This is why.
Yes.
And I like that introspective. I'm surprised it's coming from Dr. Oobleck. That seems like more of an Ozpin question. In my opinion, it's like, why are you choosing this profession?
Yeah.
Why are you choosing to become a guardian of Vale?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I found very interesting is leading up to the Vital Festival, I find it very interesting that rather than keeping everyone together, they're having everyone go off on their own separate missions. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I've got Dr. Oobleck is way too hyper. Oobleck likes his why.
Yes, he thought it was a very brilliant and genius idea for Ruby to bring the dog.
Oh yeah,
because they are.
I'm a genius.
Yeah. Very got keen senses, to put it very, simplistically.
But it's a corgi, so
but
it's
it's
not
corgi.
as
they're
effective.
Well, I mean, they were.
No offense to people out there who have corgis as dogs. I'm just saying.
Originally, the corgi was designed to be mole hunters. That's why they're so short-legged. They could dig and get into the holes, or gophers or whatever ground vermin that you have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is this something you've done natural research or just something you know?
This is something. Well, I have gleaned from Animal Planet, the Dogs 101. Okay.
I would know. I was waiting for like an introspective of like, well, growing up we had a corgi.
No.
I thought it was gonna be like a whole thing, and I failed. Okay.
No.
Animal Planet has all the answers.
Yes, my family was not one to get the more purebreds, I guess you could say. Everything that we had was pretty much mutt or etc.
Okay.
Now, it's not to say that I wouldn't want to get something. I wouldn't necessarily want a corgi. My dog of choice is Pug.
I love pugs.
Pugs are fantastic.
Are you more of a dog person or a cat person?
I'm a little bit of both. However, with dogs, there's just specific breeds that I like over others. Like Pug, for example, is probably the top. The American Pit is another good one. German Shepherds to a certain degree, but they have to be trained right.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different, and at a previous job of mine, what I had kind of in an interim period, one of the guys that I worked with, he had a German Shepherd, and whatnot, and he wasn't a breeder or anything like that, but obviously did research and stuff like that. And there's two different ways you can train a German Shepherd: one to be a pet, or two to be, I guess you could say guard.
Okay.
Right. Or the more law enforcement military style.
Right.
Because they are completely almost. The teaching techniques are the same, but the philosophy behind them are the different.
Okay.
Otherwise, I mean, they are a working dog. They are a shepherd. They have that working dog mentality in them. But if you You can't really take a German Shepherd that has been trained for like law enforcement or military and make it a good house pet.
Right.
It's one of those type of things.
Okay.
But anyways, corgis, I'm not sure. I think most people get them because the adorableness.
They are adorable,
Yeah.
and I know that there was a big boost in corgi purebred sales because that is the Queen's dogs. The Queen of England has corgis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that and Cowboy Bebop has a corgi in it. RWBY has a corgi in it. And they do make good house pets.
I can't remember. Did they explain in the last episode why his name is Zwei?
No, they did not. The reason why he's called Zwei, it's like a behind-the-scenes thing, because Monty was a good, big anime fan and Cowboy Bebop was is a very well beloved anime, and it has, as I mentioned, a corgi in it,
right?
Named Ein.
Okay. So I'm getting
yes.
I'm getting a brief recollection of that. I think we did talk about it then.
Yeah.
Okay, Ein, Zwei. So in Genlock, there's a try.
I don't know. We have yet to see anything with. Well, there is 2 episodes now of Genlock season 2, but I have not watched them yet. As far as I know, nobody has a corgi.
Okay.
That I'm aware of. That could have changed.
The brain gets translated into a corgi. It's been a minute since I've watched it. I'm trying to remember what the term they use is. It's not translated. It's Genlock.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I know the name of the process.
Yeah.
It's the name of the show.
Yes.
So they get Genlocked into a corgi.
Yeah. Okay.
Tonight. Okay.
We also had a interesting conversation between RWBY and Oobleck, talking about
his own why.
Well, yes, that, and I was also, the conversation before that regarding the Goliaths, Grimm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not every Grimm is mindless or
right,
still mindless.
Right.
I believe was the way he phrased it.
Yes, still mindless. The older they get, obviously they have learned from their mistakes. Yeah, and I mean we'll get more into the Grimm as we go along. Obviously, there is more than just the ones that we've seen, some that are a little bit more. I wouldn't say they're docile. They're just more patient than the others.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought we were going to get with the. Sorry.
Yeah, comparing with the Goliath ones there that was walking the distance, which are obviously more massive than the trees that they were surrounded by.
Yeah, they look like mammoths.
Yeah. Very elephant-esque. Elephant tusk.
I knew that's where you were gonna go with it, and I was like, please don't, please don't.
But I did.
Goodbye to the 5 subscribers that did not appreciate that dad joke.
And I'm not a dad, so
it's still a dad joke. I am. I recognized it.
So, and the ones that are like running around through the city, just kind of wild and whatnot. We have those 2 comparisons there.
Yeah. What kind of Grimm was that again?
Those were the Beowulfs.
Beowulfs. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was just the one, and they were like, we're gonna track it and take it back to its herd. It's like, oh, there's the herd.
Okay.
It's like, oh, okay. And now they've seen us, and I was like,
okay.
So is it the territorialness of them? Because we haven't gotten really into the except for this brief conversation with Dr. Oobleck, we haven't gotten into the mindset of a Grimm. And so is it the territorialism, or is it the fact that they're hungry, or what exactly made them charge our team?
They're just naturally it's not really future-esque stuff. They're just naturally aggressive towards living beings.
Oh, okay.
In general. It's just that, in comparison, say, with the Beowulfs as opposed to the Goliaths, it's just Goliaths over time have learned just, be patient.
Yeah.
If an opportunity arises, then perhaps, if it's one of those type of how should I describe it? I don't really have like an answer per se, because you haven't really know what the origin of the Grimm are. I can't really delve into that.
I don't know that, or
yes.
the show has.
You
not
don't know
revealed
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the show has revealed it. Yes.
Okay.
So,
fair enough. Okay. Well then,
I mean, it may be a little bit okay. So this is what it is.
Okay.
One of those type of things, but there is that separate thing. I mean, if they don't, like the Goliaths, if we don't provoke the humans, they're gonna leave us alone.
Right.
And vice versa.
Okay.
Now, as opposed to what the Beowulfs is usually was like, they're just wired to attack.
Yeah.
Attack. But they have that more canine instinct to form packs and stuff like that. I don't think it was a territory type of thing.
So I assume that Dr. Oobleck butts heads with General Ironwood just as much as Ozpin does.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen them have any interaction.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, per se,
because they're all different perspectives of the same way to look at war. One looks at it from military, one looks at it from strategy, and one looks at it from history.
Right.
So,
that's one thing you learned was Oobleck is a very big proponent for learning history.
Yeah.
And is an archaeologist of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So, he gleans the knowledge that he can from the places and the sites that he digs, and then passes that on to the next generation, and hopefully they'll catch at least some little nugget of something that would be help them down the road, that sort of thing.
Okay, so on the scale of that's not how I want to ask it. Sorry.
Okay.
4.
I don't know.
It's funny you picked that number. No, I'm just kidding. In the context of moving forward, obviously I'm not going to ask for spoilers or anything like that. But how big of a role does Dr. Oobleck play in the formation of Team RWBY? Like, is it just this 4-episode arc that's going to be finishing out that volume, or is it actually going to be he becomes like a mentor to them?
I'm just going to let you watch the series and
fair enough.
Find out for yourself.
Fair enough.
Let's put it that way.
That makes me speculate that he dies, but fair enough.
All right. Well, anything else before we wrap up?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right. Well, that wraps up this episode of RWBY. That is Volume 2, Episode 9. And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you do not miss a new episode when it comes out. Patreon is a thing. It's in the description below. And we will see you in the next episode of RWBY. Bye-bye, and be blessed, everyone.